Stephanie Bain, I have a books. I'm a book addict. There's so many books. Hello everyone. I'm wearing my Cat in the Hat onesie and I feel so gangster right now. So today's video is going to be my October wrap up because, and I'm actually just going to include my TBR into this. Or maybe I'm not. I haven't decided yet. It depends on how long it takes me to get through my books. I read 8 books this month. I finished City of Glass by Cassandra Clare the 1st of October. Started reading it the day before. I think that was what, the 30th of September, and I finished it the very first day of October, so this was a really fast little 2-day read. I love Cassandra Clare's books for that reason. Like these, I just sit down and I'm like gone with the wind. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, of course. Clary kind of got on my nerves a couple times in this book, but it was kind of necessary, so I don't mind it because she's growing, and everything that happened in this book with Clary, it was just helping her grow, and she started to like realize, I guess, her decisions, and when they told her the things about herself, she started realizing that, and it made me really happy because I love Clary as a character. Annoying and all, she's still not as annoying, and she's still very put together compared to other young adult characters I've read about. So I love this. This is probably my favorite one so far. Then I read the first 3 books, which was the original trilogy In the Secret Circle by L.J. Smith. This is how it goes. Which of course contains The Initiation, The Captive Part 1, and The Captive Part 2 and The Power. I gave both of these books 4 out of 5 stars. These were really enjoyable. It's about a girl named Cassie who is vacationing with her mother on the east coast of the US, and then they get a call from her grandmother, and her grandmother's not doing well, and she and her mother end up moving in with her grandmother, and she starts realizing things, and she sees that she's part of a coven of witches, and that's where the story takes place and how it sets off. I truly enjoyed these. I think I liked the second book a little bit more, but they were still really fun, really enjoyable. I think it literally took me like 3 days to read both of these. It was super like fast paced, and it's just like there's a love triangle in here, but it's not like annoying, and it's honest, and something about it was just kind of perfect about the love triangle, and I'm not a huge love triangle fan. Sometimes it works, most times it doesn't. But I really like these books, guys. I love L.J. Smith. And then I read Vampire Diaries by L.J. Smith. This is The Return Volume 3 Midnight. I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars because, well, these are guilty reads. They'll never be more than a 4 or 5. Okay, maybe they will be more than a 4 or 5 if it sounds really good. But I don't want to say anything for spoilery reasons. But let's just say they go to the other dimensions, and a bunch of crazy things happen with Damon and Elena, and yeah, I love Damon. I do. I love him in the show. Like, he's just perfection. So this is a guilty read. I seriously loved it. Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. You know, I want to say I kind of want to change my rating on this, but anyway, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. If I changed it, I'd probably give it like a 3.5, because it was a really good book. It was in the first half, but then, you know, it's one of those things where as the days go on and it sinks in, you're just kind of like, maybe it wasn't worth 4 stars. Maybe it needs to be reviewed a little. But this is still a really good book. It's about 2 girls. One of the girls is named Darcy, and you see her going, you know, moving to New York because she's about to publish her novel, and she wants to write her second one there and all that other stuff, and doing rewrites and whatnot. And then every other chapter is about Lizzie, who is like the chapters of her book. So it's Darcy, then her book, Darcy, then her book. That's how the chapters go. Darcy annoyed the shit out of me. I truly disliked her, but I loved Lizzie. I love Imogen. I loved everything else about it. I really like the idea of the story. I like how everything was played out. Kind of slowed down at the end. No, it still deserves a 4, because now that I'm talking about it, it's like, no, it's still a good book. And if you saw my review, please still go see it, because I feel like I kind of complained too much. I'm working on reviews. If you guys have suggestions on things you want to hear about in a review, because I want to talk about the books that I like and I don't like, and it's just one of those things where I feel like everyone should just read regardless. So, and I was gonna say that and I didn't. regardless of a review, you should still go get the book if the idea of the book interests you. 4 out of 5 stars, everyone. And then I read 3 more books. You know, this is when I really started to slow down. I read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. This was a very fast read, but this is right after this book is where my slump just like, hello, I've greeted thee and I do not want to leave. This was a very fun book, interesting read. I liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It is just about a boy named Jacob who his whole life has listened to stories from his grandfather. And, you know, at first he really believed him, and he would show him like photos of the peculiar children in this orphanage where his grandfather was saved from, like, you know, the world war and stuff. But then everyone always told him that no, it's fake. So then he stopped believing his grandfather. And then one day his grandfather's dead and everything is kind of like, what the hell's going on? I did truly enjoy this. I gave it a 4 out of 5 though, because there's a love interest in this book I did not agree with. I did not like at all. I didn't get the warm and fuzzies from it. I kind of really disliked those parts in the book when any love interesty things were going on. But I still am going to read the second book. I do not know when, but I will eventually. After that, I read Asylum by Madeline Rowe. Madeline Rowe. Rowe. I think it's Rowe. God, I don't remember what I gave this on Goodreads. I want to say I gave it like a 3 or 4 out of 5 stars. A lot of people talk about not liking this book. No, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this book. I've seen this kind of story before, so it wasn't very original. But what I liked about it was very fast-paced for me. Super enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I do think it could have been a lot better. Of course it could have been better. I don't know. It was one of those reads where I didn't really get much out of it other than just like entertainment. It felt like literally like watching a movie on TV that maybe you've never seen before. And it's like, oh, that was good. I may never see it again, but it was good. So I like this. I know a lot of people say they don't like it. I really don't know why. I guess it's because I'm more forgiving with this book because I like things like this. I really don't know what the reason is, but I think it's written decently well. I don't think it's written badly or anything, but the storyline is just about a boy named, I already forgot his name, Dan. There you go, Daniel Crawford. He lives in Pittsburgh or something like that, and he's going to New Hampshire for this like pre-college type thing. Like he's about to be a senior, but there's this program that he signed up for that you kind of like, you know, for 5 weeks you get a taste of college before college, kind of like to help them realize what they want to do and all that fun jazz stuff. Coffee break. You guys like my mug? I love sunflowers and it's so awesome. So he goes to the college, and the dorm that they're staying in, just the dorm, not like the surrounding buildings, used to be an asylum. It was closed down in like 1972 or something, and weird things start happening to him and his friends when they go to like the unused part of the school that just so happens to still be intact, and it's still the way they left it when the people abandoned it in 1972. And that's kind of like what happens. It was predictable, I'm not gonna lie, but it was still really enjoyable. I don't know, I had fun reading this. I kind of got creeped out in some parts, not really creeped out or anything, but I was just like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? So it was fun, I enjoyed it. I do hear that the second book is much better. Barking dogs. I do hear that the second book is much better, so I will definitely be picking up that soon in the future as well. Probably not like super soon in the future, but like in the future. And the last book that I read, and I literally finished this the night of Halloween. I was like, I need to read this book. I need to finish it. So I haven't read it in like 2 days, just letting y'all know, by the way. Is Revolver by Marcus Sedgwick. I haven't actually rated this. I'm so glad I remembered it because I read this like really late the night that I did it. So I need to like put my, because I don't really write reviews on Goodreads. I'll go back one day and like start writing them in or something and do like a bunch at once. But 5 out of 5 stars for this. Oh my god, like this was just very beautiful and very sad and just kind of like heartbreaking all in one. I love the writing style of it. I love how this was super fast read. It's like big wording on every page. It took me 2 hours to read. Oh, I don't want to mess this up. I was really sleepy that night that I read this book, and I was just like, oh my god, am I gonna be able to stay up? Oh my god, oh my god. And I was like, I don't know. So all of a sudden I got to a certain part in the book and I just like got awake. I was like, I have to find out what happens. I have to find out what happens. And I just flew through it. Holy crap, this was just so beautiful. Yes, I love it. It's about a boy named Sig. His father dies and a man comes named Wolf, and shit goes down. And it's about guns and deceits and mystery and like just finding things out, and you seeing someone's decisions. And it does have a lot, like it does mention God a lot, but like I was totally cool with that because I thought it was just beautiful the way they played it, and it was sad and heart-wrenching, and I don't know, it's just like, I literally, when I was done reading this book, I was just like, I think it's because there's a lot of like messages behind everything that's being said, and they're all beautiful messages, and they're all like right on, and it's just so perfect. I 5 out of 5 stars, everyone. It's a super short book. If you ever see it, go get it and read it. Just saying. So I'm actually gonna not do my TBR. I'm gonna film my TBR like right now, but I'm gonna make 2 separate videos for it. So that way, if you guys see I'm taking too long with these, you can just go ahead and see what I'm gonna read this month. They'll both be up today. Why not? Let's go crazy and upload 2 videos today. It's just so that way it's not too long, because I actually tried to go more in depth. I'm getting better at everything. You know, I'm still a noob on the tube, and I'm getting better at like talking about the books, because usually I'm like, oh yeah, 5 stars, next book. It's like, no, you gotta talk about the book, because some of these people maybe have never heard of the book, although I'm pretty sure you heard of the ones that I read, because everyone was reading them except for like a couple. Alrighty, I'll see you in like 2 minutes, or maybe a minute if you click on the next video that fast. Bye!